everybody. Welcome back to Between Two Viewers. I've got one laugh. It's hard. I forgot where we're at. Between Two Viewers. This is season 2, episode 5. I think you are. Nicole Dacey is a couple days from now. She's episode 4, so that's going to be fun.
Okay.
Autumn McKay.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, what's up? So this is funny. There's a couple of these that I do, and I get super excited to chat with the person, and you are one of them. Absolutely. I've been wanting.
I'm excited to chat with you.
Yes, I feel like you're like a sister from another mister to me. I don't know. I feel like I just want to give you a hug. You know what I mean?
Man.
So you're in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Right? And where are you from originally?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, originally. Yep, just right down the road.
Does it drive you nuts when people say Louisville?
No, not really. Not as much. Although one time I was trying to check in at Nsika, and I had said Louisville to the person that was checking me in. And they were like, where? And I said, Louisville. And they were like, what?
Yeah.
And I had to say it again. So I even said it like proper. Because I didn't expect someone to like get the full throat expression, but they were from California, so they were just like, I didn't know what you were saying. So yeah.
Yeah, I think actually to say Louisville right, you have to sound like you're mumbling.
Yeah, actually on the back of my hat, I don't know if the camera will show it off, but it's like it's backwards, but it's like the 6 different ways to say Louisville.
Oh, that's so funny.
Isn't it? It's like I think it's kind of an older design. It used to be on a lot of the like the visitor center building, like back in the early 2000s, all of the ways people say Louisville. So.
Louisville.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just, you've went to a couple different places in the last couple of years since I've been following you, just trying to find a nice one to make in it, sir.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, So when I got out of undergrad in like 2017, I knew that I didn't like want to do grad school, or at least not yet. And so I just kind of jumped into doing residencies, which I did a couple before COVID. And then when COVID happened, there was like a bit of a break. So it was only until about 2 years ago that I kind of got back into traveling and doing the clay thing. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, welcome to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on a couple of mugs while you're are you gonna carve one of your sippers?
Yeah, I'm gonna paint one of these guys to eventually be one of these guys. I know, right? I have like a whole pattern, like a system to like what is color coded. So I have to keep a finished cup like in front of me.
Dude, I just love your illustrations they're mind blowing.
Thank you. Yeah, these are a couple of houses that are like on a road in my neighborhood in Cincinnati. I decided to draw them just because I had actually seen like a vulture like perched on top of one of these. So that's obviously doesn't look very much like a vulture, but to me, I know it is. Anyways.
You gotta have the coolest sketchbook. Your sketches, your drawings are amazing.
You know what? I don't keep a sketchbook much these days, but when I was living in Louisville, when I was doing my post-bac at Indiana University Southeast, I didn't have a car for a little bit of that, for a time of that, so I was taking the bus like to and from work.
Yep.
Or class, yeah. And I would like I would like draw on the bus or like at the bus stop doing a lot of these like quick gestural drawings or like when I was serving tables before we would get like the rush, it would be pretty dead in the restaurant, right? So I would stand in a corner and like just draw different perspectives of the restaurant for fun,
Yeah. The way you do them on pots is so good. I mean, like, do you have to like start in a certain spot and then kind of draw your way out, like depth-wise, or do you just draw over stuff?
I just draw over stuff. So like, maybe I'll do a little bit, maybe I should start there instead of on this rim. But usually, so I'll draw like the background pattern and then I'll just like layer on from there. So I'll paint that on here in a second. Very cool.
And you use just underglazes, Amico, Speedball, all that?
No, I use Terra Sigillata, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was on here. I'm like, is that Terra Sig?
You use Terra Sig, right?
I'm a Sigger. Yes, ma'am.
You are a Sigger. Woo!
Let's see here. So I'm making some of these mugs right now. These aren't done yet, but I'm making some more because I kind of fell in love with them. This kind of
Wow! Holy shit! What is that texture?
Ornate. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, did you press that into something?
Yeah, so I'll show you in a second. So here's another crazy one. Like,
Well, that's fun.
yeah, but Sige and blackwash and then just a nice liner glaze. I'm in love with it. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm doing a couple more of those right here, which
Well, those are cool.
I just love them in leather hard stage. But I'll show
You're a
you.
texture man.
I love texture.
Same.
So I was just showing this to Eric Beavers the other day. I went down. There's a lady that has like a one of those mold shops where she slip casts stuff.
Huh?
And she has, as I drive by, there's like 200 something molds in a pile, and they're outside getting rained on. And I'm like, can I have some of those? I'll buy them from you, And she's just one of those quiet little old ladies that didn't want me to come over, I just kept knocking at
Yeah.
the door, like, it's me again, And then she
Oh my
kind of
gosh,
warmed
stop.
up. She warmed up to me, and I was over there a couple of times ago, and her husband was there, and I never met her husband. He's an old farmer, and he says, have you shown him the back room, honey? And she just got really quiet. He goes, wait till you see the back room. There is, no joke, 10,000 molds in the back. Piles, pallets. And she's like, just go through them and take what you want. So I was like, oh, I can use this and I can use that. And so this was like a piece of like a big ornate bowl.
That's so cool.
So I press into that and then make a bowl.
Dude, I love how much you're always playing in your studio. I feel
love-
like I see you playing a lot.
I really should kind of focus on one thing. I wish I was able to do that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's pretty consistent. Your work still looks consistent. Like, I can look at what you're playing around with, and it looks similar to the other pieces you've made.
Thank
So,
you. I think I'm at a point now in my ceramics where people go, oh, that's a Mike Griffin piece, which is
yeah.
kind of just where I want to be. I have a few things that I like to make that are kind of like everyone knows me for that I have to make, but I don't know. I'm a friggin' space cadet. If I do the same thing over and over again, I'm bored.
I feel you. Yeah. I only make like when I'm making sippers, I'll only make like maybe 6, maybe 8 at a time, and then I'll do some other form for a while, I can't like make 20 of them and then only focus on those for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Even if
I'll
I
go insane.
throw, sometimes I'll throw a bunch of mug bodies and then alter them.
Yeah.
I can get 15, and I'm like, all right, I gotta do something else. I think they call that ADHD, but who knows?
Man.
Yeah.
I thought I had skipped out on that, but I guess maybe it's something I don't know. But I also have been practicing some wheel throwing and feel the same. I threw like 6 or 7 tumblers last week, and I was like, all right, I want to clean up now. I want to go upstairs and like draw something,
Yeah. Well, you know what? One of the reasons I think I migrated towards hand building, two reasons I think. One, I remember the moment. I remember sitting in my studio, and I was always obsessed with throwing because it's difficult,
Yeah.
I wanted to figure it out. And I learned to throw using a famous guy named Wayne Higby's porcelain scraps because I didn't have money for clay.
Yeah.
So here I am trying to teach myself how to throw with clay that's made for tile, and it's porcelain. So it was an interesting couple of
Oh
years.
my gosh. Did you get any good results out of it, or what? Or did you
No.
just trash it all?
It was trash, it was heavy. And then I had a friend bring over a box of stoneware, and I was like, wow, that's really easy to throw with.
No shit, dude.
Yeah, duh. Yeah.
I think I saw you mention that on like one of your last interviews. I had heard you mentioning that you like were desperate for clay and someone was throwing it all out and you just took it. I'm here for that. Hey.
Yeah, hell yeah. They said, do you want it? I said, yup, and little did I know. But anyway, so I remember the day. I threw like a big tall cylinder, nothing crazy, and I leaned back in my chair and I was watching it spin on the wheel, and I said, well, now what am I going to do with that? That's like a tenth of the work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to make it into something else. So then I just started hand building, and everything kind of came together, I think.
Yeah. Hey, hand building can be hard too. I know you said the wheel is you wanted to do it because it's difficult, but like there are people out there building some crazy shit outside of the wheel,
Hell yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So, I like to play. Speaking of playing, I really like those little, like, mini goblets you did. Not goblets,
Yeah, the little, like, martini kind of cup things.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are so cute. And that is an oddly hard form to make well.
I wouldn't say that I was making them too well, but they were really fun to make. I made a bunch of them and I kind of strayed away from it. I think I'll return to it at some point. I know I need to make them much larger because like they only hold, I don't know, maybe 2 ounces, which isn't even a cocktail. Yeah. I remember like one of the first ones I made that I was successful. I was like sipping kombucha out of it in my studio space, being like,
Yeah.
the days I used to drink. This is like reminiscent, but
Yeah. How long you have now? Sober? A couple years?
almost. Yeah, it'll be 2 years, October 12th.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I'm really stoked about it. Because, I would not be where I'm at right now in Clay if I didn't stop drinking.
No, I feel you. I'll have 26 years in March.
That's fucking awesome.
The day after St. Patty's Day. Imagine that.
Ha, that is funny, actually. Did you have like a wild night on a St. Patrick's Day?
It was bad.
We don't have to, go in details.
I'll tell you about it, not here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can exchange those stories another time. But
Gosh.
Isn't it wonderful to crawl out from under that wet blanket that is alcohol,
Yeah, it's, and then I look back. My dad used to say, he said, isn't life easy when you just do the right thing? I was like, what? And I remember he used to say, nothing good happens after 10 p.m. I used to say, Dad, everything good happens after 10 p.m. What are you talking
Right, yeah.
Now, if I'm up at 10, something's wrong.
God. Dude, these days for me, it's like about the same because I work at a donut shop, so I'm getting up at like 2:30 in the morning. So if I'm out and about at 10 p.m.,
I was just telling someone a couple days ago that I really envy people like you that can go to work in the morning and then go to their studio till midnight.
I ain't in the studio till midnight, hun.
I can't do both. I'm all in or I'm all out. I wish I could do both.
If it's like crunch time, like if I have a show coming up or like sales or something, then yeah, I'll do that. I'll be in the studio till 12 or 1 a.m. But nowadays, I want to be out by like 7 p.m. I want to go home. I want to go skate. I want to go make dinner, whatever. Do some like post-studio,
life stuff.
Yeah, which is like really important to make sure you get a balance in of that,
Yeah.
It's hard.
Absolutely. I actually put on my Instagram, just my definition of my page said, my pots meet in the space of me, functionality and me having fun. And I added onto it today, small batch potter, which I've seen people put, because I just don't do big batches of stuff. Everything's kind of a one-off, which is fine.
Dude, God bless those who can, who are like the production potters that be busting ass. I really do admire it. I'm like, how do you market yourself and you make your work and you're doing all of the the admin stuff, the packing. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. It always drives me nuts when I see those posts with people like, thanks for all your support, and behind them is like 35 boxes all packed up. I'm like, man, did you sell that many today?
Yeah, they probably did. And good on them, right?
I told my wife, I'm just going to get a bunch of those boxes and tape them up and stack them together.
Oh my God, stop.
Thanks for your support.
Just build a wall. Dude, I'm sure that, some people who probably have a good number of followers or they're good at marketing can do that,
Yeah. I was all kind of obsessed with followers when I first was on Instagram. I used to go live all the time.
Yeah, you did.
I can't wait to go live again. It's just fun for me because I like talking to people. And I'm sitting here in the studio by myself, so I just go live. But nowadays, it's like, I'm just going to make what I want. And if you want to follow along, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I like that, though. I kind of miss the days of people. I feel like, a few years ago, people were going live a lot more.
Yeah.
Or going live while they're making. It's nice. Yeah.
It was cool. People would always say, oh, thanks. I learned so much by watching you. I said, well, thanks for making me not sit there by myself and talk to myself like a crazy man.
Dude, it's okay. I talk to myself all the time,
I know. That's actually when I know I've had too much coffee, is when I start talking to myself like in a British accent.
Man, yeah. You're hitting a wall.
Yeah, exactly. crashing out. So what are you doing there? So you paint on, it's all TerraSig, you said?
Yep, all TerraSig and my lovely, we all know that Talenti
Yep.
has the best, although I will say, Mike, I've been like using these containers for, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 years now. And
Yep.
like the newer Talenti containers are made with less plastic. You can like feel it. They're not as like sturdy. Anyways,
I love the ice cream.
I do too, and I love the containers for this, for putting my slip in. But yeah, I use TerraSig. I took a workshop, so I was a work study at Arrowmont in 2017.
Yep.
And yeah, I did like a 6-week summer kind of thing.
Yep.
And I got to, you get free workshops. So I got to take a workshop with Carrie Radash, who is a potter up in Portland, Maine. Or she was at the time. She's probably still up there.
Yep.
And she was doing a class on TerraSig. And that is also where I learned about this tool that I use. So in a moment after I paint these on. So what she does in her practice is she takes a mechanical pencil and gets rid of all the graphite and then drops like a sewing needle inside. And then so the eye of the needle kind of prevents that from moving out of there. Isn't it? Yeah. So I've been using this exact pencil for a few years now, so it's a little dull. I tried to use a fresh one recently when I was teaching a TerraSig class and showing them this method.
Yep.
And it was like using a fresh needle tool almost. It was like too fine of a line. I wasn't used to it as much anymore. But yeah, great tool. So that workshop introduced me to TerraSig and to this tool that I use, which there was a brief moment where I just didn't have access to like make TerraSig. Like I wasn't in a studio anymore really.
Yeah.
And so I was just using underglazes. But then I switched because sometimes the underglazes I was using would like react weird with the clear glaze that I was using at the time.
Yeah.
It would like bubble at like cone 6 or something and get all dry.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I had written down here to ask you about your clear, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I do that all the time.
Well, I mean, we can jump into it if you want. We can talk about it a little bit.
Jump. Did you look at my buddy Michael Hall there? Check out he's got the crazy tools and ergonomic ways.
No, I need to though. I am so sorry.
No, he's fine. I just wanted you to look him up because he makes really cool shit. Matter of fact, here's one of his plates. And he draws a lot, and paints a lot, and carves a lot. Here, look at this.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit, the detail. That's
right?
insane. See, that's insane. I couldn't.
I got this as a second Autumn for like $75.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I was like, dude, I'll buy 5 of them for $75. Are you kidding me? It's beautiful.
That's wonderful. Holy shit, that's so much detail.
But he uses, he makes these tools, he wraps his needle tool, in a washcloth, so it's really thick.
Yeah, okay.
He just posted one yesterday that was freaking genius. It was 2 of these, those little squeezy blue bottles? You know what I'm talking about? It's like the squeezy blue.
For slip trailing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had one of those, right?
Yeah.
And it was here, and then he took another one with a paintbrush, and then he rubber banded them together. So rather than taking his brush and dipping his brush, he just squeezed and painted and squeezed.
I think that came across my feed, or did you send that one?
Did I send it to you? I might have sent it to you, yeah.
You might have, because I saw something like that. I don't know where. I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, holy shit, I love clay people. Look at what we're doing out here.
Yeah,
fucking
the world.
Engineers. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, dude, someone, when I was, I had posted to my story about, I need to engineer something for holding pots because the hand cramps are real. And someone told me about wrapping gauze around my tools.
Yeah.
Like tattoo artists do around their guns.
Yep, genius.
Yeah, I was like, shit, that's a great idea.
That's another thing I love about potters is they'd be like, hey, man, do this. This is what I do. No one's trying to hold back secrets,
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to.
Share.
Yeah, sharing is caring, man. Education, knowledge should be accessible.
Yes, absolutely.
I remember in undergrad, when I was in college, people who were older in my studio talking about other potters who keep their slip recipes, secrets or their firing schedules. Yeah, and it's just dude,
Yeah,
I
somebody
don't want to
should
speak
do
too
that.
bold. Well, I just feel like there's so many possibilities out there. Someone's probably already done it, you know?
Oh,
Like,
100%.
so why are you hiding it? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
You probably learned that from somebody else, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Or you've like taken little bits of knowledge from different places and pieced them together to get what you got, you know?
Yeah. Trying to make
Anyways.
this fit. It's not going to work. I had an idea and it's not going to work. I'm going to make it work though.
How can
Um,
I?
what was I going to say? Oh, so Terracid, you paint with your Terracid. Do you make your Terracid thicker like a slip to paint with?
Yeah, it is just like a hair thicker. Like I would say instead of it being like a specific gravity of like 1.15, it's probably closer to like 1.17 or some shit. It's like not too crazy
Yeah, yeah.
off.
Okay.
It's like just thick enough so that it's not just running down the side of my pot. Because you know, terracid, like
Yeah.
sitting at that 1.1, 1.5 range is going to be super runny.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why
Also, like,
how does she paint with that?
well, and I'll add, because I add colorant to it, I'm adding mason stains, like I'll add Epsom salt to kind of help keep the mason stain like lifted in the slip. Because I don't know if like if you've used like mason stains in your sidge, but sometimes they'll like float, the colorant will float to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely does. Black,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah, my red used to do it, but I've like added some Epsom salt to it, so it doesn't do it as much anymore.
That's
And my
kind of
yellow.
genius.
Yeah. Anyways,
I put a little Zercopax in mine. Well, I did it in a
Okay.
white. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I call mine Terra Slidge. Actually,
yeah, is it
I
because
like
somewhere
it.
with?
I like it on the thicker side.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Get
I don't know
that.
what I'm doing. I started making a ball, and now it's something else. I don't know. Anyway, so yes, Michael Hall. Let's see. So
Tools.
where do you get your form ideas? Do they pop into your head, or do you see a form and go, "Oh, I could do that," or do you just go, "Ooh, I can"?
Yeah, usually, but I think that I am definitely like inspired by like other
Yeah.
potters for sure, like my garlic boxes are nowhere, like the form is nowhere near similar to like Sunshine Cobb's, or at least
Mhm.
I wouldn't say, but I had looked at her garlic boxes a lot when I started to make mine. I was like, I like the
Mhm.
way those are kind of straight up and down little guys, but yeah, I guess they're kind of just random.
I find lots of inspiration on Instagram. I see a piece and I go, "Oh, I want to do that," but I'll make it my way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, oh yeah.
there's so many.
There's just like I feel like there's just like little bits that I've like things that I like really enjoyed about like other potters' pots. Like Lynn Habaika, I have one of her mugs, and I just remember one of the first times sipping out of that mug and like looking on the inside. I was like, oh, she like pinched a little cup here, and then she took a slab of clay and then just wrapped that around to build it up, and then left the seam on the inside. And I was like, I want to do that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start building with just slabs. Like that makes sense,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I went to Pentaculum at Aramont with Lynn Habaika.
Oh, nice.
You said her name right. She told me her dad used to own a bike shop, and he used to say, "You like a Habaika."
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I took a workshop with her and Ricky in Penland, or at Penland in like 2021.
Very cool. Ricky makes
Yeah.
just amazing shit.
Yeah, they both are just wonderful. I definitely admired both of their works before, they became
Yeah.
one.
I think they just had a baby, actually.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's real cute. Shit.
Yeah,
I haven't
very cool.
not up to date on the
I gotta get
gram.
Ricky. I gotta get them on the show. I should get them on as a team. That would be fun.
You sure that would be really cute?
Yeah, I'll have to send some emails out. I got some really cool people lined up for this winter. You guys are getting in early. I'm not really done with work, but I'm kind of ready to get going. So I got
Yeah.
a couple of episodes in, but there's gonna be some fun people this year.
I'm excited to see who all you have. I mean, I think it's cool as hell. So do you just like cold call these people sometimes? Or have you met everyone that you've interviewed or what?
I started off with people I knew. I know a lot of
Uh-huh.
people in it, and then now it's just like I think people know me more from the show and from Instagram, and so now I just send them a message on Instagram. Hey man, you want to be on the show? And most of them go, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And the more and more cool people I get on here, the more cool people say yes.
Yeah, well, I feel like everyone you've had is pretty, pretty cool. It's just awesome that you are having these conversations. More low key conversation, shall I say? It's not like we're at Nsika and we're like forced to just, I don't know, put on our best clay faces.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's like it's just something I love to do. I had a friend over last year. She's a local potter, and I said, just come over and make pots with me, And so she came over and brought some sandwiches, and we sat here for like 6 hours, just hand building and chatting. I just love that.
I do too.
Like Pentaculum when I was at Aramont there it was great. It was just me. You know who it was? David Swenson. You know Sven? He makes cool stuff. We just sat there. He was at the same table as me, so we just sat there chatting for a week. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, I love that. I love hanging. That's why I love community studios so much,
Yeah.
Especially this one that I'm in now because, I mean, you can't really see, but, it's open. Like, if one of the other artists in residence was here next door, I could be able to see her working and, like, chat with her. I love that open space,
Yeah, me too. And it's honestly the one thing I miss. So it's really interesting. My work changed a lot when I got my own space because I can, like, leave my own shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, when you're, like, messing with something and it needs an hour to dry, you got to, like, leave it alone for an hour.
Yeah.
I can just leave it and go upstairs for a little bit and come back later. There goes my wife. Bye, Annie.
Yeah, that makes it, like, so much more convenient.
Yeah, totally.
To have it at home.
But I do miss, chatting with folks, like you said.
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't think, there's been times in the past where, again, like, I didn't have access to a studio, but I still wanted to make clay shit, so I was working, like, out of my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I really didn't like it that much. It felt too close, like, literally too close, too intimate.
Yep.
So I don't know if I'd ever have a home studio, unless I've, like, kind of aging a bit or can't, like, leave my house as much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, I mean, like, no, I don't. I mean, like, when I'm, like, 80 and I probably shouldn't be lifting bags of clay, but I'm like, I still want to make pots.
Bring me a slab.
Yeah, bring me a ball. I would have my grandchildren just, like, sit there and, like, pat clay in the balls for me.
Yeah, and then just yell, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, right? That's not how you do it.
Yes.
And I do it exactly how they were doing it. No.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. So, I don't know about a home studio either. Like, clay it's just so messy. I try to keep this place clean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dust in here. I have this mini split up there.
Okay, yeah.
Heater/cooler thingy. Actually, that should be on. And I had a guy come over a couple years ago, and he took it apart, and the wheel inside was just caked with dust.
Yeah, I bet.
It cost me $300 because it's not easy to take that thing apart. Of course, my wife is a woodworker, and she's doing clay stuff now, so she, like, just on the other side of this wall is her wood studio. So we got sawdust and clay dust everywhere. It's fun.
Man, y'all need some kind of ventilation system in there.
Yeah, especially in the winter.
Oh my God, yeah.
She's making cool stuff. You got to check out her stuff. So, she was like, a couple years ago, she started taking pieces of clay and making little things and incorporating them into her. She makes these, like, mountain scenes out of wood. And then she would make little hill pieces, just like a basic slab, something like this, But
okay, yeah.
Just a little hill, but when you incorporate that with the scenes that she makes, it was really cool. And then she started making cooler and cooler stuff, and now she just made some stuff this past week, and I was like, wow, honey, that is cool as hell. So I'm excited.
Hell yeah, I love that. Do you guys collaborate ever?
Not really, not yet. She's always kind of done her own thing.
Cool, word.
I tried to get her to a couple years ago, and she was never into anything kind of functional.
I get that, yeah.
Mostly functional. We'll see where it goes, hopefully. That'd be fun if we could. We gotta look her up. Lauren Hirsch Framing. She just did these. So some of those press molds we got. I don't know if I want to go touch one because my hands are covered in clay. But she made roses.
You might not want to do that.
So she made roses out of press molds and then colored them with different terracage.
Mm-hmm.
And then put them on a piece of like weathered wood with like clay leaves. So it's like a bouquet of clay roses.
Oh, that's cool. Very
Yeah.
nifty.
It's so cool looking. Yeah. Jeez, I haven't done this in so long. I'm playing with one of my butt things here. Did you ever see these things?
Yeah, I remember you were like making those for a while, right?
Well, I made one. I saw Mark Arnold, speaking of Terra Sigillata.
Yep.
I saw Mark.
Love his work.
Yeah, amazing stuff. He's actually getting back in the studio now, I think. It's been a while for him. But I saw him do it 10 years ago. And I was like, oh, that's kind of genius. So I started making them, some back here. I started making them out of plaster, which I hate plaster. I screw it up every time. See, it's chipped.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like...
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But what I would do this way, because I had to learn, was I would throw this on the wheel and then make the mold this way. And yeah, so after a couple of years, I'm like, I should just make that out of this. So I made them for myself, and then one time, one lady said, you should really sell those things. And I was like, huh, never thought about that.
I was going to say, yeah, I thought you were selling them for a while.
I only did like 1 or 2 runs of them. One lady came after me, said I stole her idea.
Well,
She was
why.
very not nice, let's just say.
Oh my god. Like,
What?
that... Y'all are not the first people to make, like, bisque
Yeah.
molds or, like,
Yeah.
plaster molds of, like, feet.
Yeah, I was like, have you heard of the Incas? They did them 500 years ago.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, she sent me some message on Instagram. You stole my idea. I'm like, well, here, 2 things. One, this is the first I've ever heard of you. I don't know who you are. Like, and I learned it from Mark Arnold or Richard Airney up in Rochester did it. So it's like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's definitely not the first time I've seen that.
no. So when you hand build in strips, like you roll out a coil, flatten it, and do it that way?
I throw out a slab, and then I take a ruler, and I just use that to cut ruler length slabs, or, like, ruler width slabs.
Yeah.
Yep. But I saw, when I was at Utilitarian Clay, I saw someone using, like, a slab cutter.
Yep.
It was like this tool that had 2 points on it that they could adjust to like make these strips, and I was like, holy shit, I've never seen that before. I want one. Like, I had never seen it before.
Does it look like that?
Yeah! Dude.
Yep.
That's you have... Oh!
What's
Did
that?
you make that yourself?
No, I bought it. It was only like $15. It's got 3 needle tools on it.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
So what you can do with this one is, it's a compass, basically. You make a big circle. But you can just adjust these by, moving them. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because, like, so I've started building bigger, or I'm trying to build bigger, so I'm, like, working on this I'm working on an urn right now. It's, like, behind me in this plastic bag. And so I'm, like, not using... Well, I think for those I might have used the thin strips, but I want to get away from, like, when I start building larger, I want bigger strips of clay. Anyways, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mostly am just using slabs and coils here and there.
You know who builds large like that? Austin Coudray. You know Austin?
Yeah, I follow his work on Instagram. They're up in Indianapolis now, right? Opening their own studio.
Yeah, Dusty Pants.
Yeah, his partner, fiance, Sarah Anderson. Is it that her name? Okay, yeah. She's going to be at the Indiana Clay Conference, too.
Yeah.
So
Are you going
I'm
over
gonna
there,
be up
too?
there. I am. I'm doing a short presentation.
Hey, give Chumley a hug from me, would you?
Oh my god, I sure will. I love that guy.
I love that dude. I do.
He's a real sweetheart. We've known each other for a while. He was a graduate, like got his BFA from IUS, where I did my post-bac.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? He's at Aramon. Works at Aramon. He was the studio manager. Now he's like the manager of all the studios, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How was Utilitarian Clay? How cool was
Dude,
that?
it was great. It was fucking amazing, to be honest. Sorry about my cussing. I've been so loose, dude.
What the fuck?
I know. But it was really amazing. I unfortunately had to leave early for a family emergency, but leading up to that, I mean, for one, I was just grateful to have the opportunity to be an artist assistant,
Yep.
It's like so valuable.
Who did you assist?
I was assisting Deedham Mert and Brooks
Oh, yeah.
Oliver. Yeah, they're sweethearts too. And Deedham actually has like pretty deep roots here at Queen City Clay. So when I was like leaving for Utilitarian Clay, there were people here that were like sending off like, tell Deedham we said hey, what's up,
Yeah.
like it's just cool. And so that connects to like being at Utilitarian Clay was so special because there were like generations of potters,
Hell yeah.
all of us like in the same room.
Yep. Austin
Which
Riddle
just-
was there, right?
Yeah, Austin Riddle was there. We've met in passing before. He's like been a part of Southern Crossings Pottery Festival, which
Yep.
I'm going to be a part of this year. I'm very
Hey,
excited.
very cool.
Yeah. Woo, it feels like homecoming,
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to be in the Flower City Pottery Invitational coming up here in a few weeks.
No. Do you know Merritt?
I haven't met Merritt yet, but I love
Okay.
her work. I'm so excited to
Dude, she's really great and really sweet too. She's another IUS person, and she's known Sam. Well, I think she knew Sam through Ball State, but we all went to Indiana University Southeast, man.
be. Nice. Well, Sarah, Austin's partner, fiance, is going to be there.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to be invited to that. As
Yeah.
a guy who just was not too many years ago just messing around with clay. It's
Yeah.
just mind blowing because I used to go to that and like, man, these people are awesome.
And now you're one of them. It's like a homecoming for you too.
Crazy. Anyway, yeah, you got to tell her to be on the show. I got to send her a message.
Yeah, you should. I bet she'd be a real fun.
You should say
real
all
fun
the cool
guest.
kids are doing it.
Yeah, and she's a cool cat,
Yeah, all potters are, man.
I mean, yeah.
They really.
Well,
Yeah, 98%.
I was gonna say we got some problematic ass people sometimes, but
Yeah.
again, that's not a topic for this show right now.
Nope, we'll talk about that in Nsika. Are you going to Nsika?
Oh fuck yeah! So yeah, I am. Queen City Clay is like setting up. They're gonna have a couple of booths there. We're gonna be doing some demos. So you have to come by the booth and see me do like a little Terra Sidge demo. or
Hell
something.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I'll be in Detroit. Are you going?
Yep.
Oh hell yeah! We can like actually hug in person.
Yes, I can't wait. I actually I got my hotel. I almost got my hotel last year. I'm like, that's it. I'm not getting an Airbnb. I'm getting a hotel directly across the street.
Oh my god, it's the best idea. It's the best move. to
Because
be
you
that
walk
close.
so much.
Yeah, and it's nice. Like in the middle of the day, you can be like, okay, I want to go like take a quick nap or drop off
Exactly.
some of the shit I picked up.
Yes, I got a bag full of stuff I got to lay down.
Yeah. Right.
54 years old, for crying out loud. So I'm excited about that. Actually, I was talking to my buddy, this guy named Freddie Fredrickson. He's one of those famous guys from Alfred that I knew years ago. He was the kiln god. He taught kiln building. He makes the kilns for Bailey.
Huh? Damn. That's cool.
So I was talking to him yesterday. He said he's going. He said, but he was talking to Jim Bailey, and he said, I'm kind of sick of going to that and standing around. I've been doing it for 35 years. So he said, I'm going to tell him your name because I think you should do a demo at the Bailey booth. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
Are you doing a demo?
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right, you'll have to let me know, man. I'll come slide through.
Hell yeah. I love Nsika. My buddy Marshall's
I do
going. Actually, episode 1 was one of my best buddies, Marshall. This was kind of his idea, this whole thing. So we're going to do a year later. We're going to circle back around to see what he's doing and do episode 2 with Marshall.
That'll be so cute. We love an update.
Yes, and he's just a funny freaking guy. So when we walk around, we just laugh. Like me, him, and Paul Blaze from Potter's Cast.
I think you have mentioned him to me before.
Yeah, he's just such a funny guy. So we just
Yeah.
walk around, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, it's just always a good opportunity, you get to like see your friends, meet some new people, see some cool shit. Like, I don't think I'll ever get tired of like going to the like lectures. I mean, I'm not in lectures all day, but it's
Yeah.
just nice, to go hear what people have to say about clay.
Very intelligent people. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Did you go to the Ohio one? Was that 2 years ago?
Ohio.
Wasn't it in Ohio?
I don't think Ohio has a clay conference.
What
Oh,
was-
you mean in Sika in
Yeah, in Sika.
Cincinnati? Yeah, I went to that
Yeah.
one. Richmond was 2 years ago.
Richmond was 2 years ago. The one in Cincinnati, I think it was the one in Cincinnati, had
Yeah.
the opening speaker. like Navajo girl from Arizona that made those giant totems.
Shit, I don't know if I'm.
I mean, it was moving. Like, it was mind-blowing stuff. Like, really deep. I admire that, ceramic artists, sculpturists. Like, I wish I had that skill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said to Freddie Fredrickson one time in Alfred, I said, hey, what's the difference between a potter and a ceramic artist? And he said, potters hang their tools on those little nails. Ceramic artists just throw them on the floor.
Oh my god. I don't know where I stand.
Right? Me neither. My shit's everywhere, so I guess I'm an artist.
Like, right?
I almost renamed my Instagram from Mike Griffin Ceramics to Looking for Tools.
That would have been funny.
Right? Like, where's my knife? Just put it down.
It's real, though. It's very real in a ceramic studio.
Yeah, especially as you get older. Ugh, I just opened this up. I call these my Coors Lights now. These Spindrift, like...
Oh my god, look, I got my bubbly beverage, too. Cheers, bud. Yeah.
Cheers, dude. Well, it's so funny because I come home from work and I go, gotta have a Coors Light, and I open one up because I sit next to on the couch and there's like 5 of these next to the couch. And I said to my wife, aren't you happy I'm not one of those guys just sitting there drinking a 12-pack every night? Like,
oh my god.
I'm glad I'm not.
Do you ever drink a non-alcoholic beer? Are you into that?
I haven't had one yet. A couple years ago I was like, maybe I'll have one of those. But why would I? Beer tastes like shit. If it's not going to get you drunk, why drink it?
See, Mike, I think that I miss my dad beers, I miss shitty beer. Like a Hamm's, a Pabst. I mean, I used to draw blue ribbons on my work all the time because a lot of my work was about what I was doing, which was getting drunk and like serving tables. Not at the same time, not always, at least. Woo! Don't tell my bosses about that. But yeah, like I loved shitty beer. And so, like, a Bud Light Zero is, like, so delicious to me. A non-alcoholic PBR, yeah.
I was always afraid to try one because for a while the NAs had 0.5% alcohol in them.
Yeah.
And I know me, I'll drink 80 of them. And go, ooh, I got a buzz, an idiot.
And then at that point, you're like, well, if we're already here.
Yeah, might as well just have a shot of whiskey. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that, like, off of one, I'm not feeling anything. So, like, in my mind, I am like, why would I have another? It's not gonna, like, so usually I'll have, like, one and done. Yeah. If I'm, like, out at the bar with, like, friends or, like, at Insika, I might have a second non-alcoholic beer. But then at that point, it is kind of like, well, what am I doing? Like, like... Yeah,
what's the logical next step here? When I was in the Navy, I got in trouble quite a few times because... I lived in Keflavik, Iceland.
Okay.
And you got a 24-year-old alcoholic in Iceland in a barracks with 100 other dudes. We just got hammered, and played football in the hallway. It was big.
God.
But I remember I had to go talk to some, like, counselor dude, and I'll never forget it. He looked at me and he says, when you drink, do you drink to get drunk? I was like, yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Right? Like,
what do you mean, Ron? Like,
yeah. That's the dumbest thing I've ever told him.
Is this a trick question?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what are you talking about? Doesn't everybody? He goes, nope. I'm like, well, then why drink it? I'm like, that's why they make it.
Surprise to us, right?
I was always envious of those people that could, like, I got a little buzz. I'm going to have some water for a little while. What?
Yeah, right? Like,
really?
How are you?
What are you?
Water? What do you need that for? There's water in this, like, piss beer,
Yeah.
Well, anyway. I don't know. I remember that there were days that alcohol really stopped me from getting my shit done in the studio,
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, drinking at the studio, which I'm not proud of.
Yeah. Sometimes I think back of where I should be in life compared to where I am now because I wasted 15 years just partying my ass off. And sometimes it makes me mad. Sometimes I go, hey, man, everything happens just the way it's supposed to.
Ain't that the truth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a guy in a meeting one time. He said, all my drinking got me into this chair, right?
I mean, yeah. I was thinking about something like that the other day. I was like, all my drinking got me, like, here where I'm at. Like, Queen City Clay or, like, doing other clay opportunities I've had the chance to do this year. Like, If I
Yeah.
hadn't hit rock bottom, I wouldn't be making my way back up, brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some people hit bottom once, some people hit bottom twice.
Oh my god, I definitely hit it like a few times, you know what I'm saying? And then it
Yeah.
finally stuck and I got out of the pit.
I
But
like to say I hit bottom so hard I bounced.
yeah,
Oh, let me see
very
that zipper.
shocking.
I want to see that closer.
Oh, I almost dropped it. So right now I'm just putting that pattern on. I'm probably gonna go in and maybe do some light pulls.
So
I
that's
like
just
to
leather
draw.
hard right now, right?
Yep. Just yeah. Like, I guess I could technically, if I really wanted to, maybe try to attach something to it still, but I'm not going
Yeah.
to. And it's not wiggling.
What is your terracid clay that you use?
Oh, and
Use OM4? I switched to Sagar a couple years ago because it made my SIG a little thicker, I thought.
oh, okay.
And it made
That's
my
good to
whites
know.
better.
Yeah, well, I like that off-white, because most of the time my work is, I mean, it's like about memory and shit, so,
Yeah.
or memories. So
Yeah.
if it looks a little aged, that's fine.
I use my white now as like a base. It's kind of like a primer, I guess. Because the red clay, especially with the OM4 and the red clay, it would burn right through it.
Yeah, that's what happens if I use just like if I just put this blue like on here with no base and then put a glaze over it, it would.
It burns off. So that's
Or it just
that's
looks-
what I had written down here about asking you about your clear.
Yeah.
Because I know if I put a clear on my terracid, it just burns all my terracid. I can't make a green
Really?
work either. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Like like it just disappears, or like the color is just.
Yeah, it just burns it right off. Yeah, maybe it's.
What do you?
I fired a cone 6.
Yeah. Well, I fired a 6. This is brown bear, so I fired this to 6. But my other clay body only goes to 5. So like, yeah, still mid range.
Yeah.
That's
So-
wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out one of these days. Somebody will tell me something. So you know what I mean? One of those like
Yeah.
when you go, stop it. You know, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you've been doing this wrong. Shit.
That's
Yeah, so
insane.
hopefully I figure
So
it out.
does it just like look? Is it just like real rough or?
Yeah, it just burns off. Like all the colors are gone. And I got a new clear sitting there in a box that I have to mix. So I'm going to try it. I'm not a big test tile guy either. I just go with what I know works.
That's fine. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do test tiles. Like I have a bunch over there, and I'm like, I don't even look at them. That was a waste. So I'm going to experiment with
Yeah.
But greens too. I can't get a good green to work.
Is it? That's crazy. So like the green just doesn't show up either.
Yeah, it turns into
That's wild.
yeah. Actually, yeah, it turns into like it's ugly.
Does it turn
Yeah.
like brown or something?
It does. It burns. I wonder if it's just the red of the clay coming through and mixing with the green. So that's another reason why I started messing around with underglazes more.
I forget, but I think it might be, or at least I've heard people like I think like if there's like zinc in your glaze, that it might mess with the like green underglazes or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
I forget. I'll double check and look at what I'm
Yeah.
talking about and then get
Send
back
me
to
a
you.
message.
But yeah.
But I mean, my terracid is just my Sagar terracid base, and then I just use an evergreen,
Mason stain, yeah.
Mason stain evergreens, and if I want a little more, I'll put some like Amico green in there. And yeah, it's a bummer because I like green. I'm looking for a
Yeah.
good green. I will. That's my goal for this winter is to find a good green.
You know what's a good green? Sea green. That's my favorite terracid like color. I wonder if I have a pot over here that
Yeah,
has it.
show me. And is that a Mason stain sea green?
Yeah, it is. Actually, I think it's on this cup. It's like it's this like dark green here.
Yeah,
Dark
yeah, yeah.
green. This guy. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like this is without the clear over it, and this is with the clear.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a sea green. I like it. It's like a darker green.
Yeah, that reminds me of, I have a peacock, which is like a bluish kind of aqua green.
Yeah.
As you can see
yeah.
over here, it's like, and that's another reason, like, I gotta come down here at 8 in the morning and really dive into doing all that shit. I can't halfway do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you use a black clay?
I do. So I use I'm using brown bear for these cups I'm working on right now because I had brown bear reclaim
Who
and I
makes the
ran
brown
out
bear?
of Kentucky Mudworks.
Okay.
And I have been using that clay body. fucking since like 2017, I think. I've
Mhm.
always just been really into black clays, dark brown clays. I think they're just so pretty, and obviously it like makes my color pop a lot more.
Yeah.
But the other clay body that I've been working with is by Laguna, and it's called Azabachi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
second time
it's
I've heard that today.
oh yeah, it's
The
great. I
universe
love
trying
it.
to tell me to get some.
I like it. I have been learning my lessons. Like, I need to be more patient, when I'm building. Just like for the show that I had at my last residency, I was like rushing uh, the last wet week that I had going.
Yep.
And I just was attaching shit at like different fucking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, this will be fine. I'm gonna compress the fuck out of it. I'm gonna use so much slip, magic water, whatever, and then it still cracks. And I'm like, fuck. This is like a finicky clay. It's a picky clay, and that's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
It gets so beautiful. So I'm figuring it out. I'm a little nervous because this big urn that I made is all from Azabachi. So I'm just a little nervous about if I'll have any cracking.
Yeah. Somebody keeps telling me to make giant stuff, and I can make giant stuff. It's just hand building, just more, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
the only problem I have with it is that it's going to take up a whole kiln,
Yep.
right? And then what am I going to do with it? It's going to sit in the corner of my studio until somebody says they like it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
See,
If I got to make it
that's
for a show, I'll make it. You know?
Yeah, that's how I felt when I made, so like earlier this spring, I made these two large vases that looked like smokestacks. They were like inspired.
Oh yeah, I love
So
that.
yeah, I actually ended up selling those
It says where are the towers these days? Where'd you put those? You sold them?
yeah, I sold them actually after, it was like pretty quickly after I had posted about them before they went in the show. I had a friend reach out who was just like, I love these so much. They remind me of like Louisville. I mean, they were all about Louisville. So like those towers were about my like, essentially they're titled Somewhere in Between. And so it was about like, getting sober and like being in between my like past, like that I had like not really dealt with in a long time. And then another, the what I knew myself as, which was like I knew myself as a bartender, as a server, as someone who was out until 4 a.m. like dancing, drinking, smoking, like being having fun. Yeah, and so like each smokestack had these images of like different places around Louisville. So it had a lot of like Louisville landmarks that I think that
That's
made
cool.
it easy. Yeah. Some of which this person I had like went to. There was this dance club that I drew on there that I know that my friend who bought the work, she frequent with me at times. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, those guys are just hanging out in my friend's apartment in Louisville.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
saw on Instagram the other day, speaking of bartending and partying, there was like iconic New York City landmark up for sale, and it was the Limelight nightclub in New York City. Have you ever heard of it? It used to be. It was an old church made into a nightclub, and like when I saw it, it was like, like just like sucked back into time. I was like, oh my god, I can remember walking in that door and then
Did you
back
hang out there?
door.
Hell yeah.
Just like.
Yeah, dude, sometimes I really, this has been a challenging thing in my work. So like for like up until recently, a lot of my work has been about like those memories of like being at certain bars, doing whatever activities. And it's been something that I've been like, okay, well, I made my work about that. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So now what am I drawing on my pots,
I like that you said whatever activities.
Because, boy, weren't there some activities?
Hint, hint, wink, wink. Hold on, I gotta grab a piece of clay. Hold on. Yeah.
Man.
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put these things on this bowl because you inspired me today.
Okay, put those things on that bowl.
And you mentioned before Sunshine Cobb. She was a big inspiration to me early on.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I could see that in your work.
Yeah, well, glazes always drove me crazy. And I don't like a fully kind of just dipped piece. It's not my thing.
Same.
Yeah, I don't like it. And I was always trying to figure out how to make a matte glaze, and those are impossible. And then I saw hers one day, and I was like, oh my God, how's she? And then I almost bought a sandblaster, because, she sandblasts her glazes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to buy a freaking sandblaster. And then I don't know where I saw Terra Sige after that. And I was like, oh, I can just do that. And then I saw she had like a quick 30-second snippet on Instagram hand building something.
Uh-huh.
Like a high-speed video. And it just
Yeah.
clicked. And I was like, oh, I can make whatever I want that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see,
It's like, so then
so
it was
magical.
like, boom, like I can make, I like I was saying earlier, I feel like on the wheel, you're stuck with a plate, a bowl, or a cylinder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With hand building, it's just like whatever you think you can make, just make it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know, like, there are some people out there on the wheel, like, that can do some crazy talented things, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
outside of the bowl, the cup, and the,
Yep.
what'd you say, plate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me. Well, I can.
Yeah, not me either, bro. I'm training right now to teach an intro to wheel class, which is, a little bit outside of my wheelhouse.
Yep.
Um,
I
I'm like
can throw on the wheel. Like I spent quite a few years just throwing on the wheel.
yeah.
But I can hand build something just as fast.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
'cause
I
you-
just feel like...
Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go.
Well, I feel like once you throw it, it's got to sit there for an hour and a half before you can touch it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I haven't done enough, like, playing around on the wheel.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes I'll, like, throw that basic form, and then I'm like, okay, what do I do after this? And my brain just doesn't think that way. Like, I don't know how to use... I think I just don't understand the wheel enough to use that tool as efficiently as other people do,
Yeah, yeah. And that's like one of the reasons I started making the butts, right?
Yeah.
Because I hated flipping it over and trimming it. It was a whole extra step.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to trim it. And then how many times did you, as we talked about earlier, I'm slightly impatient and slightly ADHD.
Same.
I'm like, I want to do this now. And it's not ready yet. It's too wet. And then you end up messing up the whole thing,
Yeah.
because I was too
yeah.
impatient.
Well, and I feel like I also strive for, like, in a weird way, I'm like, this has to be perfect, but I can't throw anything perfect, because it's like a hair off center,
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of perfect throwing, I'll show you this piece here. So I think episode like 5 or so in season 1 was my buddy Josh, and I met him at Alfred, and he was a ceramics kid at Alfred before I even knew anything about ceramics. And then he's a superstar in the wheel. So hold on, I'll show you this piece.
Okay.
He throws really cool forms. So every once in a while, I gotta buy pots. I love pots. Actually, I'm gonna need another room in my house. So this is one of his.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful jar, right? Just a big foot.
Yeah.
Really well thrown kind of moon jar. But watch this. Watch.
What is going on here? Oh, okay.
It's the perfect fit.
Dude, you know who be throwing... I think he does throne work. I'm pretty sure. But Andrew Clark. That man makes some really cool shit on the wheel. He does Terra Sige, too. He does, like, it'll be like the... He used to say, like, the piece he's really known for with the shot glasses. Like, you take one off and the shot glasses, like, roll down.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Or, like, he has this sick butter dish that, like, it's like a dome, and it, like, opens up, and it, like, slides underneath the I don't know. It's, magic. See, that's the kind of shit, like...
Yeah.
I could not figure out how to do that on the wheel. That's just a lot.
It's like the guys that put the knob, like you can turn the knob to make the lid fit.
Yeah, that's exactly...
Like, really?
I love his work a lot. I feel like in the early days of Instagram in like 2014, I really loved seeing his work because it was so cool. Like to see someone making these jars that had fun dials in them, or like kind of like almost mechanical in a way.
Yep.
Is that like the best way to describe it?
Yeah, I think Mike Sinelli does cool stuff like that.
Yeah, he does. He makes some really cool work.
Yeah, so those are the guys that I'm really excited to have on the show. Eric Botbill,
Oh, yeah. He does a lot of, does he do wheel thrown work?
Yep, really cool wheel thrown pieces with crazy underglaze colors.
Yeah.
He's
And like
at
texture.
Companion Gallery.
Okay. Yeah. I think Andrew Clark is at Companion as well.
Speaking of 6 degrees of separation, Eric Beavers, that was on the other day, is at
Huh?
Companion Gallery. So I said, you got to tell Eric to be on the show.
God,
Get the
wow.
word. Oh, speaking of
It's such a small world.
6 degrees of separation, there's a
Huh?
kid that I play golf with. I gave him lessons and I gave his league partner lessons. He's got like 5 million followers on YouTube and 5 million on TikTok.
God.
He's like 29 years old. He's making so much freaking money. And he put up a video the other day of him playing beer pong with Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, you hanging out with the Facebook guy? Holy hell.
Interesting. I don't know how. I won't judge him. Actually, I am judging him, but we don't have to talk about what a choice and people to hang out with.
I think so. He's a grill kid. Like he does grill videos, making meat and stuff. So I think he was promoting Mark Zuckerberg's steaks or something like that.
This was. Oh my God! What is with rich
But
people?
speaking of a
man?
small world, it's like that's.
That is really tiny. Yeah.
Let's see, what else can we look at? Oh, so
Did I answer?
what's that?
Oh, I was gonna ask. Did I answer your questions about the glaze that I use?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. If you want, I can send you the recipe that I have. Someone
For the
shared it
clear?
with me, so yeah.
yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
yes
I don't know if
please.
you.
So in scrolling through your Instagram, I didn't know you were like you did some sculptural, figurative stuff.
Yeah,
Some really,
dude.
really good figurative stuff. That was cool shit.
Yeah, back in was it like the neutral toned, like really textured figures?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so that was what I did when I was in Louisville getting my BFA, like doing undergrad. Yeah, dude, I started out like I wanted, some of my first big clay inspirations were like Beth Kavner, Adrian Arleo, Crystal Boger. Well, like Crystal,
yeah.
I forget the
Beth
name.
Kavner is just mind blowing.
Oh my God, dude. I remember one time I was like, actually, I'm not going to share this, never mind. No, I'll share. It's just a little cringe. But I was just like in, school still, and I was like feeling really down and really pressured about like if I was doing enough work to like make it. Cause like, I feel like in school, there's like this pressure that like once you get out, you gotta like figure out how to get known and how to sell shit.
Yeah.
And I had like messaged her because I had seen on her website her like kind of artist bio, like video. I was like, how do you deal with like navigating like anxiety or depression or whatever in school, like while making? And she had actually emailed me back. And I was so surprised that she like got back to me because I don't think it's something that she like did often. So that was really cool, especially since at the time I was doing that figurative work. But yeah, I used to build solid and then like hollow that shit out
Very
and
cool.
do these like armatures. And I was really into like, I was fresh out of like, I was a young adult, like kind of figuring out how to like navigate some trauma I had from the past and like dealing with depression and anxiety and how that like paralleled to like abandoned buildings and like deteriorating buildings and whatnot. So
That's one thing I used to talk to my friends at Alfred about. I was like, so you guys should teach more like small business management to these kids, how to do your checkbook and how to run a small business and how to build a
yeah.
website. They would make artists out of these kids and then just set them off into the free world and go, good luck. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
It kind of it's a lot, it's like I feel like it made me put this kind of like silly expectation and pressure on myself that I had to have it like figured out as soon as I left school.
Yeah.
And then kind of like stifled me a little bit,
Sure.
like I felt like at times I would
suck.
start yeah, I'd feel like I sucked. Like I'd start some work and then I'd like trash the work because I'd be like, it's not good enough. This isn't gonna be the piece that's it. And it's just so stupid because the reality is that you have to finish those works. You have to really flush out those bad ideas to get to like make progress, to learn.
Yes, there we go. We touched on it. That's funny. It's a common theme if you listen to the show a couple of times of you got to make bad work before you make good work.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's just part of the process. Unless you're a freak, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there are some people out there who like, get Instagram famous or
Yeah.
who just happen to be like prodigies like straight out of school who
Yeah.
can just jump and get shows. But that's
Yeah.
really, I don't think that's the process, or at least I don't, that's not the process for
Not
all
for
of
most
us.
humans.
Yeah, I went to the Women Working with Clay symposium over the summer,
Yep.
and like every woman well, I think half of the presenters were doing something else, some other career that they
Yeah.
felt they like needed to do beforehand, before they switched to ceramics.
Absolutely. I noticed that back when I was first thinking about making pots, and I noticed most of the potters that were well known were like professors
Yeah,
because they had a job and they had unlimited access to a studio.
yeah,
But that is one of the good things about Instagram, as much as Instagram is, evil or whatever. For artists, I think it's great to get your stuff out there.
yeah. It is, but it's also I think sometimes it can be a bad thing too, because like I'm
Yeah.
gonna be real. There's been times where I don't do this as much nowadays, but like comparing myself to like other people who have a bunch of followers, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not good enough because I'm not
Yeah.
getting a bunch of likes or interactions, and really that shit doesn't fucking matter at all.
No, it doesn't. Nope. And it's absolutely do. Like you'll see someone post pictures and you go, God, they make amazing stuff. My stuff sucks so bad.
Yeah, yeah, or or I used to be like, dang, like that person got that opportunity that I applied for, like because
Yeah.
they got it, I must not be good, like I must not be good enough. And the reality is that I just wasn't what they were looking for.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Eric Beavers was just on the show last week, and everyone ends with a quote or a tip or something. And his was interesting. He said Picasso said, "Inspiration is out there, but it has to find you working," which I thought was a really interesting quote.
yeah, well, it's not gonna just come to you, right? You can't just
Exactly.
like sit around waiting for the moment, for the time. It's
Yeah.
doing.
Just keep doing.
There's what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Just keep doing. Just keep making
Yeah.
pots. Yep.
Yeah.
What were we saying?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep interrupting you. What were you gonna say?
No, I was saying. What were you saying? It's your turn.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about. There's like, have you ever seen The Bear on Hulu?
No, my wife said it's a great show, and I gotta watch it about the chef.
It's really good. Yeah,
Okay.
I obviously fell into it because I was like bartending and serving for a long time. But there's like this moment where one of the chefs he travels to up in like northern Europe to do like some pastry training, and he's like chatting with this chef in the kitchen, and this chef is like, you can like stay in here all day long, like perfecting your techniques, getting everything perfect, but it doesn't really matter, and it's not going to really be inspired unless like you're out there like doing other things, like getting out, like having things outside of ceramics, you know what I'm saying, like having things that actually inspire the work to like give the work depth.
Yeah.
That's really important too, because sometimes there's like this pressure, especially on Instagram, when there's like everything looks so instant and so fast, like
Yeah.
there's like this pressure to just constantly be making work, when in reality, you could spend some time going to do things that inspire your work, whether that's, I don't know, golfing, cooking, skating, whatever it may be. But it's just so important. And like, I like heard that on that television show, and I was like, damn, dude, this relates to art so much.
Yeah, I think everything you do, you should take a little break from. I don't think you should be all in, You got to have other avenues for your life.
Well, just like when I've been in academic settings, or sometimes in non-academic settings, but mostly academic, there's like this pressure of like, why are you not in the studio all the time, every day, all day?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
I mean,
I don't want to be,
no.
and I think that's okay. We don't have to be constantly making.
Yeah. Well, speaking to my buddy Freddie again there, he graduated from Alfred, however many, 40-something years ago, and he opened up this pottery studio, and he found himself sitting at the wheel all day, every day, throwing the same pots. And he's like, this is not what I signed up for,
No, it's
Yeah.
exhausting.
All of a sudden, you're a production potter, and you got an order for 80 mugs, and you don't want to make them.
Yeah,
Right.
I have done commissioned stuff before, and I'll never do it again. I've only done it a couple of times, but it was enough for me to be like, I don't like these like specifics and or deadlines just like hanging over me, you know?
Yeah.
In
And
that
can you
way.
do that in red? No.
Yeah.
I can, but I'm not. Yeah.
Or like you send them an update of what it's looking like and they want you to completely change it or something. No, I don't
Yeah.
have time for it.
No.
Also, it's just kind of boring to me.
Yeah.
To work in that way,
Yep.
unfortunately.
That's why I just kind of, for me, I just make what I like to make, and if you like it, that's great. If not, that's fine.
Yeah, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to purchase it or anything.
I took a garbage can full of stuff and just threw it away like last year. While my wife was away, mind you. She came home and she's like, "Where'd everything on that shelf go?" She's like, "You what?" Honey, they were junk. Says you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
She saw something else in them. As people always do, right? They always see your work different from how you see
Yeah.
it.
I have to get one of your pipes, by the way. You still got some of those, or are they all gone?
I have some of the like chillums, the like longer, like
Yeah.
the like one hitter kind of pipes.
Yeah,
Do
the
you
one
smoke?
piece. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
California
cool.
sober, don't they call it that? Yeah.
Yeah, they do. You know what's okay, not to talk about sobriety so much on this show, but I do find it frustrating when people who like don't smoke weed or drink or whatever be like, but you're not fully sober. You're Cali sober, and it's like, okay, I can still say I'm sober. Like, you smoke cigarettes, brother. You drink
Yeah.
coffee.
You know what I used to
Mine
tell
also.
people? I'm like, weed doesn't get me arrested.
Oh my god, that's what I say too. I'm like, I'm not gonna get arrested or possibly hurt myself. or
No,
others.
I'm gonna
Like,
make a ham sandwich and watch a movie.
I might take a nap or go to the studio. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not a danger to society if I'm home stoned in my pool. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Same. Shit, I'm not a danger to society if I'm like stoned out and about, you
Yeah.
know? I'm just like generally a lot more cheery.
But to those AA purists, I was sober for 15 years completely before I
Man.
worked my way back. So it's been
Yeah.
about 11 years. Yeah.
I get that. I have a close friend of mine who got sober around the same time as me.
Yeah.
And he started out just like nothing at
Yeah.
all and then slowly got back into like marijuana. But he was all what'd you say?
I went to meetings every day for about 5 years
God,
straight.
dude, that's insane. You know, I've only been to a couple of meetings. Just wasn't my vibe.
Yeah.
Although I could relate to a lot of shit that was said. You know, like the first time
Yeah.
I went in like COVID or some shit, and like outside, it's a round robin. I got my sunglasses on, trying to be all discreet and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so weird, but at the same time, I fucking relate to everything these motherfuckers are saying right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. That's how you know you belong. Like,
Yeah.
I remember my sponsor early on, he said, just stick around, you'll hear your story. You
Oh
know,
my god, yeah, and I did. Like back
Yep.
to back. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
you're like, dude, I did the same thing.
Yeah, but again, you know, like I'm so happy that I stopped because like it really was holding me back in terms of like ceramics, you know, like
Yeah.
just like the self-destruction, like already my ego like fluctuates between like, oh, I'm doing all right, I'm pretty good, to like I'm total shit. But when I was like drinking on top of that, it was just always like an up and down and made it so much harder to navigate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Wow, good for you, man. It's not an easy thing to do. So
It's not.
kudos. All right, what else we
You-
got? Jeez, we're at an hour and 20 minutes already. See?
Okay. Oh my god, yeah. What else you got on that sheet over there?
What you got on that sheet, bro? Let's see. What is your least favorite part? And I think you're gonna say the same thing as me of ceramics. You got to say the same thing. If you do, I'm gonna die.
My least favorite part of it?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not like there's a whole lot to hate. That's why. I'm
Yeah.
like,
No, you're right.
I think my least favorite part, like about my process or about like ceramics as a whole.
Ceramics as a whole.
Yeah, I think my least favorite part is like, I think it is like egos. It's like dealing, like sometimes.
How do you say it nicely? I was gonna say pricing. I hate pricing stuff.
Fuck, that's another one. Oh
You know,
my
and like
God,
labeling
yeah.
and then inventorying stuff for a show, it's like here's
Honey.
50 pieces. This is MG1. This is MG2. Ugh.
I hate doing that shit. I hate, well, and because pricing, I'm always like, what is my stuff worth? And it's like not helpful when I'm like, so I'm pretty fresh into this technically, Mike. So like I would put my price like out there to get advice from people, and some people would be like, that's way too low, and other people would be like, that's way too fucking high, and I'm like, well,
just you give me what you want to give me for it.
what do y'all want? And then I've just kind of, like recently, so Merritt, who you'll meet at the Flower City Invitational, when I was at Utilitarian Clay, we sat in her studio for probably like 3 hours just like catching up while she was working.
Yeah.
And we talked about pricing, and finally she kind of like convinced me and like nudged me to raise my prices.
Yep.
So like, later on when someone, like recently I was selling some sippers online, and I was selling them for 55.
Yep.
For a long time, and now I'm selling them for 65.
Yep.
Which feels like, still, it kind of feels like too much. Also, not to go on too long, I think that it's really hard, personally, for me, it's really hard for me to price my work because I do come from like poverty. And so I'm like thinking sometimes, I'm like, man, I want people like me to be able to afford and have access to my work. But then like, someone who's poor cannot afford this $65 sipper, like.
Yeah, it's like the old ladies at the golf course when they, people ask me all the time, what do you do in the winter? And I say, well, I'm a potter. And they go, what? And there's a little old lady, she's there all the time. And she says, ask him how much he charges for a coffee mug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? I'm like, dude, you got to realize how much work goes into, like, look at that sipper. You've been working on that sipper since we started.
Yeah, I have, and it's been an hour and a half. I mean, I probably would have more done if we weren't talking, but yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while.
So, like, if you're at a normal job and you're getting $20 an hour, you've already got $35.
Shit. Where do I work to get $20 an hour, Mike?
Well, what's the minimum wage in Cincinnati right now?
I don't know off the top of my head, to be so for real with you.
I think
but at my job,
New York State's like $15 right now.
Maybe ours is, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
I used to make a lot more than that bartending.
Yeah, same. Fuck, I remember
Crazy
I would have, yeah. So good. And you know what? I think about that all the time, Mike. I'm always like, man, I was making so much money when I was serving and bartending, and I'm like, what happened to it?
Well, I know what happened to it.
Yeah, it went right back where.
I remember like making $400 or $500 a night. This is in the 90s and early 2000s, and then like waking up the next day and reaching over into my pocket and going, I got like $30 left. Like what happened?
Bud, you were going hard.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good and bad. That's funny. Look, I looked down at the next thing. So what do your mugs sell for? It should be a lot. Like, that's what I wrote down. That's funny.
Yeah. My little sipper's 65 right now.
Yep. I like to keep mine at 60 to 75 because the same as you. I want people to buy them. I don't want them to look at it and go, fuck, that's cool, but I'm not giving you $120 for it.
Yeah, And, like, on that note, I've been trying to, like, make some work that's a little bit more accessible in like price range. So I have like these little like trinket dishes that I've been making that I sell for like $25 or some shit.
Yep. Oh, I like those. I saw those little dishes. Those are awesome. Is that the one that you did on all the wall hanging plates? That was cool.
Yeah, those little guys. I have some other ones. 1 second.
Yeah, let me see.
So we have we have a residence show coming up here soon. So I have a piece. This is gonna be a wall piece as well, but I have some different shaped like trinket dishes now.
Yeah.
So on the back, so they have these little nubs that have little holes in them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can just put a little string in them, and I have 16 of these all together. And so all 16 will like hang like as 4x4.
Those are badass. Is that
Thanks,
just white and yellow terracage?
Yep, we have a yellow, and then this like off pink. There's a little bit of blue in there too, and like orange underneath. It's hard to see when they're like bisqueware.
Yeah. How'd you get the nice little curve? Did you slump it over something, Or pinch it?
No, I just pinched it. Just pinched out a little pinch pot, and then like when they got stiffened up some, I went back in and cut them out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
my little
love
guys.
the you know, I like to leave the maker's marks in things. I love your pinch marks. I love the uneven rims.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, to me that's a done rim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be perfect. You can sip right out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about my little pots is that they're pretty. I like to keep them pretty loose. I try not to be
Yeah.
too tight.
I
I
think
don't think I'm tight.
no. I mean, and I like it. I don't know how to. I don't even know how to explain it. It's more fun for me. I called it my work. I was talking to Bertie Boone once, and I called my work haphazard.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know if I would use that word because your stuff's really good, but it's I don't know how to exactly explain it. It's comfortable to me. Maybe
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I always
have
say
fun.
just like loose,
Yeah. I want it to be fun, and I want the fun that I'm having in the studio to come through in the piece.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
you know,
Well,
it's not a beautiful porcelain thing that's you know like it's. There's a guy named Matt Long. He used
Yeah.
to do crazy slip trailing, really beautiful whiskey bottles and mugs. And I
Yeah,
remember
I'm
him one
familiar.
time saying, "I want people to use my mug and then throw it on the floor of the pickup truck."
I fucking love that.
You know what I mean?
Is there in this pickup truck? Is there even a floor? Like, is it really just tools?
Yeah. Will
you
it
know,
go
on
through the
floor?
rusted hole?
Stop! No, I'm just like imagining my dad's pickup truck with like a bunch of tools and shit in the floor, and it
Yeah.
smells like a garage in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Smells like gas and oil.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
My
I love
buddy
that.
used to have he had a '71 Bronco back in the day. Those big old, they're
Oh,
worth so
pretty.
much money now. But he had one, and we were coming back from the movies on all sorts of different substances, and the stick shift broke, right? So I'm like, oh God,
What
what
the
are we gonna do?
fuck?
And he was like a master mechanic. I was a golfer, you know. I'm like, I don't know. So he would just go, and he would reach in the floor like this and go, click.
Stop!
What are you doing? Yeah, he could feel the pins and shift gears like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would not be me.
All right, so let's see. One last thing I had on here is I love on your pictures. I love the my hair's all sticking up. The way you do like just the rounded just slab handles.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a damn. I don't have any. I haven't made
Two
pictures
slabs
in a
stuck
while.
together, right?
It's like two coils actually, essentially. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. I like line them up next to each other. I don't have any actually. I have some clay right here. I'll do it. Do a little thing right here.
don't make me take this off.
I gotta take it. Dude, I've been getting cramps again, which is why I put them back on.
Really, I love that shirt, by the way.
Thank you. It's from my time at IUS. The clay club was called Dirt Bags.
Nice.
So yeah, I just take these like two coils and just put them next. They're usually a little thinner, but yeah, and then I just
Pinch them together.
just pinch those bad boys together like that
Yep.
to make like a little kind of almost like a triangle type deal.
Yep.
And then yep.
Yeah, that's funny. I
That's
do it
it.
like that sometimes because I like the seam.
Yeah, I love the seam, and I love leaving, like we were saying, like that evidence of like the maker that's left behind.
Yeah, the pinches.
Yeah, the pinches, the little fingerprints, the little cracks that are caused, you know.
And with Terra Sige, I don't know if do you black wash your stuff? You probably don't because you use black clay. So like
I don't do inlay.
when you black wash, it makes all of this kind of jump out,
Yeah.
you know. And then when you have the pinch marks on it, black wash sits in the pinch marks, and I like that. So
Yeah. So yeah, that's another reason why I use black clay is because I don't want to do the inlay process. Like I don't want to fucking paint
yeah,
watered down underlays on everything. Although I am kind of like experimenting with a lighter clay body, like a buff clay body right now. So I will be doing a little bit of inlay, but I hate it.
I have 2 boxes of white clay over there. I just love the way red clay or dark clay looks leather hard.
Right?
Yeah, right. I'm like,
It's so pretty.
I want to cuddle with it.
I
Hey, you want to
yeah,
see
you know what Oh, look at that. I love this guy.
Here,
I didn't get nearly enough done on my
Hold on. Take
sipper.
this off. I'll show you my butt. Hold on.
Inappropriate.
Gotta get. Come on now. There we go. So now it's like.
Damn. See, that's nice. I've thought about making little molds like that because I'm pretty happy with like where this sipper is right now. I've like worked. Oh yeah, that's really
Yeah,
nice,
see,
man.
so how it sits up and it's got
Sick
plenty of bulk.
foot.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And so it's the same every time.
Yeah, it's consistent.
Yeah, and if you make bowls, they can stack.
I love that. We love when we can stack our pots, right?
I know my cabinet is completely inefficient. Let me
Dude,
see. Tell
I
me you
feel-
were just
Oh, I don't even remember what I was gonna say
your foot.
about this.
Was it the foot?
Oh, I was just saying I had like fleshed out this form pretty well, but I'm thinking about making some kind of like bisque mold so that I can make like a rounder like bottom area here, so that this part comes down and like rounds instead of just being flat.
Yeah.
But-
Here, I'll show you this one. So exactly, that's like if you're trying to hand build that bottom part, it's really hard to make that. You know what I'm talking about? So if you have a foot and then the first like under shoulder, you know that cantilever, it's really hard to throw like without it falling down, right? So that's why I made these because it's
Great, yeah.
it is that rounded part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta bring you a butt. I'm gonna bring you a butt at Ensika.
Dude, we need to just like I really still want to try to send you like a leather hard pot. I feel like it could be achieved. Not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I pack pretty decently. I didn't get very much drawn on this. Just some like light pole or electric poles.
Yeah.
I might do some water towers or something on here.
Well, vice versa. I can send you a leather hard like lidded jar, and you could decorate it like that. Would be sick.
Oh my god, that would be so fun. I would love to do that.
I love collabs. It's just fun.
I do too. I really want to go to Pentaculum. But
So
I don't
I've been
have the
talking
money.
to. I went to Pentaculum, which was amazing,
Yeah.
and I've been talking to Lindsay. You know Lindsay?
Yeah, I met her at Utilitarian Clay.
Yep. I got one of her plates right there. She makes great stuff.
Yeah, she does make really beautiful work. It's cool.
Yes, very cool stuff. And she's a great teacher. Like, she's such a natural teacher. But I said to her, I said, how do I get my name on that list? I want to be the guy who chooses who goes to Pentaculum. I want to pick 16 potters to hang out with for a week. So if I get on that list, you're coming.
Aw, thanks, dude. That would be cool as fuck. I hope so. I hope that 2026 is filled with lots of, like, even more clay opportunities than this year, which I feel like this year has been so fucking busy.
Yeah, well, you're starting to you're making a name for yourself. You're making great pots. You're getting your name out there. You're making it happen, man. It's fun to watch.
Dude, I'm trying, man.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm
It's fun to
teaching
do.
that Aramon again. I think next winter I'm teaching at Aramon again.
Oh hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I actually, before I left Aramon, I did stop. I like had a chance and chatted up Lindsay for a hot second and was like, I really want to try to teach a workshop. So
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. You know, Terra Stitch is a fun thing to like teach and learn about.
Yeah, and they take really good care of the people that come in and teach. Like I really felt like I was really well taken care of there.
Yeah.
And you know the food is amazing. The people are
It
great.
is,
It's just like
yeah.
I want to retire there.
I did, you know, I feel like I've done so many little things at Aeromont, like I've assisted artists who were teaching workshops. I did like the work study program. I've went there just to like do a workshop. So now Utilitarian Clay.
Yep.
It's time that I teach a workshop. Aeromont, if you're hearing this.
It's time. I'm supposed to teach. I got 2 coming up this winter. I got one down in Lorton, Virginia.
Okay.
And one out in Wisconsin at a place called Anima.
Okay. So do these places reach out to you, or are you like reaching out to them being like, hey, I like what you got going on. I want to come hang out and make some pots.
Yes, a little bit of both, right? Some people
Okay,
that are in the studios there requested, hey, ask Mike to come do a workshop, and then some of them like I just go, hey, I'll come teach a workshop if you want, and they're like, hey, that'd be great. You know, I forget who it was on this show. They're like, sometimes you just got to ask. What's the worst they can say is no.
Dude, yeah, I really appreciate people because, like, you know, like when I was at Utilitarian Clay, like I was so nervous at some points to like approach artists that I like had recognized or that I like really appreciated their work. But then like I had a friend, my friend Jillian was there, and they would just approach anyone and like talk to anyone and like just ask.
Yeah.
You know, and I admire that, and it's really inspiring, and I'm like, I gotta start doing that, you know, I gotta just start like walking up to them and not being awkward. Yeah, they are, man. That's when I was like younger, I used to be such a stan of like potters, like a little bit of a, I guess like kind of putting potters up on like pedestals, and we really don't need to do that because they're just humans.
They're just dudes and they're just people that are good with clay.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're at, look, an hour and 38 minutes. Look at us go.
I know, we chatted a lot, man. A lot.
That was a lot of fun. And honestly,
It was good.
It's just the tip of the iceberg.
I know, right? We could chat even more.
Imagine how much fun we could have if we weren't being recorded.
Hey, I was gonna say, you know, I'd love to like set up anytime you want to just like, you know, shoot the shit and make some pots while we do it. Like,
well, that's exactly the premise of the show. Like, you know, next time you go to the studio, FaceTime me and we'll make something. You know, like, it's just fun for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, I think it's great, and like, you know, it's just like, I mean, there are, you know, people.
That's a cool idea, actually, for like an app or like a website where people in the studio can just sign in and make stuff.
Yeah.
Just log in.
Like
hey, who's making stuff in the studio right now, right?
Yeah, it's like a chat room, but for like potters and shit.
But I do know quite a few potters that'd be like, oh god, I would hate that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine, but it could be a good space for maybe like, you know, I have a close friend of mine who she's currently in a position where she doesn't really have a studio to like work at. She was at a studio that didn't get much traffic. You know, she was always the one in there kind of doing the work, and the owners weren't in as much. And she just got really lonely. And so then she ended up leaving that job because she was like, there's no one around. There's no one to like have engagement and like kind of bounce things off of each other.
Yeah.
So it's so important to have some kind of community, even if it is online, you know?
Yep, exactly. I agree. Especially as an artist, you know, and as if you're like learning stuff, when you bounce stuff off of another potter, like, hey, what do you think of this? And they're like, oh, I would do this and this, you know? Just feedback.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Everybody ends with a really cool tip, and it's my favorite part of the show. You know what I might put together one of these days is like
what?
Like what would you call that? A conglomeration of everybody's tips.
Yeah, like a montage or something.
Yeah, a montage of the Between Two Viewers tips. So let's see what you got.
Okay, I feel like this is, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have said this, I don't know, but my tip is just, like, take your fucking time. Like, you've got time. You don't have to rush. And, like, I mean that in the sense of, like, making the work, like, literally just your process. You don't have to fucking rush it unless that's your process. Taking your time to just, like, grow as a person. Like, I felt like I spent so much time after I graduated, like, stressing out about, like, trying to get where I am right now, you know? And really, I was never going to get here back then because I needed the time to get here, you know?
Yeah.
So I think take your time. Don't stress about, you know, getting shit done really fast.
Kind of like we talked about earlier. Everything happens just the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, and like even like personal growth. Like sometimes I find myself like whether it's sobriety or art or just like emotionally being like, man, why am I still like this? And it's like, wait, you know, like I'm not as bad as I once was, and I'm slowly growing like a plant. You know, we don't reap the fruits, or what is it? Reap the fruits of our labor. You know, as soon. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta let the fruit grow.
Yeah, you have to let the whole fucking plant grow. You know, and that's it. That's. If I've learned anything from like yoga and skating and like and trying to do a garden this summer in like buckets, it's that like it takes time and patience and like fucking up.
So
What?
So your tip is let the fucking plant grow, right?
Yes, that is it. I want to be quoted that way. Let the fucking plant grow.
Let the fucking
Let the fucking plant grow. We should do that, and then do like a pot with some plants coming out.
Yes.
I always say when people are like, if you weren't a human, what would you be? You know, like what animal or some shit? Dude, I'd be a fucking tree. I'd be
Sure.
a fucking treat.
Yeah,
'Cause
why not?
yeah, and they're around for generations, and they're like really connected within
Yeah.
their environments, and
Um,
they take their time.
We were talking earlier about both of our loves for Sam Chumley, and his tip at the end of his show was make sure the juice is worth the squeeze.
Oh my god, that's a good one for real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that one. I'll never forget it. So, all right, Miss Autumn McKay, I really enjoyed our time together. I'm so happy we
Mike,
had the time.
yeah.
This is going to be great. It's the beginning of a lovely friendship.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And for real, we should FaceTime and like do some like studio hangouts like this.
Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Why
I'll
not?
text you my cell phone number.
Okay, yeah, this sounds great.
And we got to swap a mug, too. If I find a mug, if I get one out of the kiln here soon enough, we'll swap one.
Yeah, we'll swap one and also like try to do a
Collab.
greenware swap here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. So we got plans. We got big plans.
We do got plans. We got these plans ahead of us. We got Detroit ahead of us.
Oh, wait. Before we go, tell us where people can find your work, buy your work, galleries, sites.
You can find my work on Instagram. My handle is @_Autumn McKay or @Autumn McKay_. Anyways, my website is in my bio there if you want to just like look more at my work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a shop or anything going on right now, and I'm not in any galleries, so.
People
But I
like us
do
know all the
random.
time.
Yeah, I do random
I don't know.
story sales.
Just call me. I'll send you something.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I do random story sales. I'm trying to get a fucking shop on my website, but to be honest, I can't juggle admin and making pots and making donuts and
Yeah.
living, you know?
You should have pots at Charlie Cummings Gallery.
We'll see. I don't know how you get in there, but you know, maybe I should give them a cold call.
Yeah, Varian. Her name's Varian. They do really nice work down there. So, yeah, they take good photos. And then Mark Errol Plow Gallery down in Georgia. They do really
Okay.
cool work. So,
Oh yeah, I assisted at a Pentaculum Mark was at one year.
Yeah,
He's a
with the
cool
beard?
guy. Yeah, with
Very
the beard.
cool.
He does like these really great prints too.
yes,
Yeah.
I got one of his
yeah.
T-shirts.
Oh, nice.
Very
Love
cool.
That.
Yeah. All right, hon. I really enjoyed
All right,
this.
so real.
I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you again. I'll hit stop, and then we'll hang out for another couple seconds, okay?
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.